Welcome, my darlings, to a journey devoted to the most glorious season of all, autumn. When the air turns crisp and the leaves transform into a dazzling tapestry of reds, golds, and russets, there's a magic in the air, wouldn't you agree? We'll be whisked away to ancient temples, charming towns, and dramatic landscapes, all bathed in the golden glow of autumn. Imagine the crunch of leaves beneath your feet, the scent of wood smoke in the air, and the world transformed into a living masterpiece. So, grab yourself a cup of something warm and comforting, settle in, and let's be off on an adventure to discover the 10 best places to experience the full splendor of autumn. Kyoto. Just the name conjures up images of graceful geishas, serene temples, and exquisite gardens. But picture it now, my dears, adorned in autumn's finery. The ancient capital of Japan transforms into a living canvas of fiery maples and golden ginkgos. Imagine strolling through the iconic Fushimi Inari Shrine, thousands of vermilion torii gates winding up the wooded hillside, sunlight filtering through the leaves like stained glass. Or perhaps a visit to the breathtaking Kiyomizu-dera temple, perched on a mountainside, the entire structure seemingly floating amidst a sea of crimson and gold. The meticulously raked gravel gardens of Ryoanji, a haven of peace and contemplation, where the changing leaves become the only measure of time passing. And let's not forget the exquisite tea ceremonies steeped in tradition, where every gesture is an art form, and the changing colours of the season are celebrated with reverence. Kyoto in autumn is a feast for the senses, an unforgettable journey into the heart of Japanese culture and natural beauty. Don't miss a chance, if you can, to witness the momijigari, the traditional Japanese custom of maple hunting. Now, let's whisk ourselves away to the other side of the world, to a place where covered bridges cross babbling brooks and village greens beckon with the promise of pumpkin spice and everything nice. Vermont, my dears, is autumn personified. Imagine driving along winding country roads, framed by a canopy of fiery maples, their leaves ablaze in hues of scarlet, ruby, and gold. Quaint villages like Stowe and Woodstock beckon with their charming shops and cosy inns adorned with pumpkins and hay bales. Step inside a traditional sugar shack and savour the sweet taste of freshly made maple syrup. For the adventurous souls, a hike through the Green Mountains rewards you with breathtaking vistas of valleys draped in a patchwork quilt of autumn colours. Vermont is a place to reconnect with nature, to embrace the simple pleasures of life, and to create memories that will last a lifetime. As the sun sets over the Green Mountains, casting long shadows across the landscape, you'll find yourself drawn into the warmth of a crackling fire, a mug of hot apple cider in hand. From the rustic charm of Vermont, we journey now to a land of fairy tale castles, enchanting forests, and charming villages nestled amidst soaring alpine peaks. Bavaria, my dears, is like stepping into a Grimm's fairy tale, especially when autumn casts its magical spell. Picture this: you're driving along the romantic road, a scenic route that winds its way through Bavaria's most picturesque landscapes. Imagine ancient castles perched atop craggy cliffs, surrounded by forests ablaze in fiery hues. Visit Neuschwanstein Castle, the inspiration for Disney's Sleeping Beauty Castle, its white turrets and towers rising majestically from the surrounding woodland. Explore the medieval streets of Rothenburg ob der Tauber, its half-timbered houses adorned with colourful flowers and autumn decorations. Imagine yourself in a traditional beer garden, a stein of local brew in hand, surrounded by locals dressed in lederhosen and dirndls, celebrating the season with hearty food, music and laughter. Bavaria in autumn is a place where dreams and reality blur, where history and nature intertwine, and where you'll create memories as magical as the season itself. Let's hop across the pond to a city that feels distinctly European, yet uniquely North American. Quebec City, perched above the St. Lawrence River, is a blend of old-world charm and modern sophistication. Stroll along the cobblestone streets of Old Quebec, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The air is crisp, and the scent of maple taffy wafts through the streets. Explore the city's ramparts for panoramic views of the St. Lawrence River and autumn colours. From the charm of Quebec City, we journey now to a land of rugged beauty, ancient castles, and mystical lochs shrouded in mist. The Scottish Highlands, my dears, is a place where nature reigns supreme, and in autumn, it's as if the landscape itself is on fire. Imagine driving along winding roads that hug the edges of shimmering lochs, their surfaces reflecting the fiery hues of the surrounding hillsides. Heather-clad moors transform into a sea of purple and gold, while ancient forests glow with the warm colours of autumn. Visit Eilean Donan Castle, perched dramatically on an island at the confluence of three lochs, its image reflected perfectly in the still waters. The Scottish Highlands in autumn is a place to lose yourself in the raw beauty of nature, to discover ancient history and legend, and to experience a sense of wild freedom that's both exhilarating and humbling. From the rugged beauty of the Scottish Highlands, we journey now to a region synonymous with rolling hills, vineyards bathed in golden sunlight, and the irresistible allure of Italian charm. Tuscany, my dears, is a feast for the senses year-round, but in autumn, it's truly magical. Imagine yourself driving along cypress-lined roads, the air filled with the scent of ripe grapes and the sound of church bells echoing across the hills. Vineyards stretch as far as the eye can see, their leaves transforming into a kaleidoscope of reds, oranges, and yellows, as if touched by a painter's brush. Explore the medieval city of Siena, with its iconic Piazza del Campo, where the Palio, a historic horse race, takes place twice a year. And of course, no trip to Tuscany in autumn would be complete without a visit to a local winery. Imagine yourself sipping a glass of Chianti Classico, its robust flavours perfectly complementing the rich aromas of the season. Tuscany in autumn is a celebration of the harvest, a time to indulge in the bounty of the land and to savour the simple pleasures of life. Now, let's return to the United States, to a region that embodies the very essence of autumn. New England, my dears, is a place where covered bridges span babbling brooks, historic towns exude a timeless charm, and the fall foliage is nothing short of spectacular. Imagine driving along scenic byways like the Kankamagus Highway in New Hampshire or the Mohawk Trail in Massachusetts, surrounded by a breathtaking canopy of colour. Maples, oaks, and birch trees erupt in a fiery display of reds, oranges, and yellows, creating a visual symphony that's simply unforgettable. Explore charming towns like Salem, Massachusetts, with its witchy history and Halloween festivities, or Stockbridge, Massachusetts, home to the Norman Rockwell Museum and its quintessential depictions of small-town America. And don't miss the opportunity to savour the flavours of New England in the fall, from hearty clam chowder to sweet apple cider donuts. Whether you're seeking a romantic getaway, a family adventure, or simply a chance to immerse yourself in the beauty of the season, New England in autumn is a destination that will capture your heart and leave you breathless with its beauty. From the charm of New England, we journey now to a region of France synonymous with fairy tale castles and rolling vineyards. The Loire Valley, my dears, is a place where you can step back in time. Imagine yourself strolling through the gardens of Chateaux de Chambord, its majestic silhouette reflected in the surrounding moat. Or explore the elegant Chateau de Chenonceau, its arches spanning the Cher River. Sample the region's renowned wines, from crisp Sancerre to fruity Vouvray. Take a hot air balloon ride over the Loire Valley. Imagine yourself floating above the fairy tale castles and vineyards. From the fairy tale castles of the Loire Valley to Seoul, where ancient traditions meet modern marvels. Vibrant street life meets serene temple gardens. Seoul pulsates with energy, adorned in autumn's breathtaking colours. Stroll through Gyeongbokgung Palace as leaves transform into a kaleidoscope of colours. Visit Bukchon Hanok Village, where traditional houses contrast fiery foliage. Hike to Seoul Tower for panoramic views. Seoul in autumn is a feast for the senses. For our final destination, we journey to the very edge of South America, to a region of breathtaking natural beauty, where towering mountains plunge into icy blue waters and glaciers carve their way through ancient forests. Patagonia, my dears, is a place of raw, untamed beauty, and in autumn, it's as if the landscape itself is on fire. Imagine yourself hiking through Torres del Paine National Park, its granite peaks reflected in the turquoise waters of glacial lakes, the surrounding forests ablaze in hues of red, orange and gold. Or take a boat trip through the Beagle Channel, named after the ship that carried Charles Darwin on his famous voyage, and marvel at the glaciers that tumble down to the sea, their icy blue hues a stark contrast to the fiery foliage. As you explore this remote and awe-inspiring region, you'll encounter a diverse array of wildlife, from guanacos and pumas to penguins and whales, a testament to Patagonia's pristine natural environment. Patagonia in autumn is a journey to the edge of the world, a place to disconnect from the hustle and bustle of modern life and to reconnect with nature in its purest form. And so, my fellow adventurers, our autumn journey comes to an end. We've travelled from the ancient temples of Japan to the rugged peaks of Patagonia, from the rolling vineyards of Tuscany to the charming villages of New England, and so many breathtaking destinations in between. Thank you for joining us on this autumn journey. Whether you're drawn to the ancient traditions of Kyoto, the rustic charm of Vermont, or the rugged beauty of Patagonia, there's an autumn destination out there waiting to captivate your heart. Until then, may your days be filled with the warmth of autumn colours and the joy of discovery.